Hey, time to Tin Chat. Alongside my man Mike Maahs, my name is Peter Hood. In case you're new to TinChattin, this is the part of the locker room where we talk all things Fort Wayne TinCaps baseball. And Mike, we get to do so on a gorgeous day. We got the teams working out behind us. JP running the camera right now. We're just attacked by a 5-month-old golden retriever named Theodore on the concourse. You couldn't ask for much more than this. Just a beautiful day for baseball here in downtown Fort Wayne.
Yeah, the weather's cooperating for the most part. And now if the TinCaps can just eliminate some key mistakes, they're in the halfway mark of this 6-game series with Great Lakes, and there'll be a day off Monday, and then Lake County comes back to town. And right now in the standings in the Eastern Division of High A Central, Lake County is in second place, 2 games behind first place Dayton, and Great Lakes is right behind Lake County. So a chance for Fort Wayne to do some damage against 2 teams that are ahead of them in the standings.
Yeah, obviously the TinCaps came into this homestand pretty hot and had been playing some good baseball. They win the opener of the series against the Loons in extra innings on Monday night, but obviously the last couple of nights didn't go the TinCaps' way.
No, 2 nights ago, an 8-1 thrashing is the term that I'll use, as the Loons flex their muscles. And when I mean by flexing their muscles, entering play today, Great Lakes is second in the league in team batting average. They are third in stolen bases, and they are second in home runs. And when you have that combination of speed and power, and when you put it together in the same game, that becomes lethal. And the TinCaps found that out the last 2 nights, especially 2 nights ago.
Yeah, and then obviously last night, certainly one of the storylines from the game, Anderson Espinosa, the TinCaps' highest-rated prospect, gets the ball, and after the first inning, it appeared he was checked by the umpires for some sort of foreign substance. Obviously, they saw something either on his glove or his uniform. He was subsequently ejected. Anthony Contreras didn't have much to say about it after the game. Not going to ask you to comment about that situation specifically, Mike, but just, I guess, what do you make in general? Obviously, we've seen it in the major leagues. Pitcher from the Mariners got ejected earlier on in the week, and they're continuing to check the pitchers for the foreign substances. And now, obviously, we're seeing it done in the minor leagues as well. So just what do you make in general of what's being done right now by Major League Baseball to try to clean things up?
On a personal basis, I think it's high time that Major League Baseball does take some action to ensure that the game of baseball is being played as clearly and as honestly as possible. And all the players want, let's play the game fairly between the white lines, and don't juice up the baseball, don't doctor it up, don't make it dipsy-do. Just challenge the hitters naturally. And if the hitter can get a hit, that's great. If not, kudos to the pitcher and the defense. So I really think it's just high time that Major League Baseball, now that they control minor league baseball as well, makes a concerted effort to what I call clean up the game.
Yeah, and obviously they are making a very concerted effort, and who knows what consequences there will be with Espinosa moving forward. We haven't heard anything about a suspension yet, but obviously if we do, we'll keep our viewers informed on that front. Mike, speaking of TinCaps pitching, one guy who's obviously done very well in that department for this team as of late, Gabe Mosser. Here's a guy who spent some time here in 2018, some more in 2019, and now is back in 2021. Got off to a really good start this year, had a few bumpy starts there in the middle of his season, and the last couple of outings, he really seems to have figured something out. 13 innings, has allowed, I believe, just 4 hits and 2 runs in that span. What are you seeing from him on the bump right now?
Determination, first and foremost. Not the last start, but the start before. Again, it was in South Bend, and he went 7 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and at one point retired 16 batters in a row, and he was in complete control. He's pitching with a lot of confidence right now in all his pitches, and the 7-inning outing at South Bend, that's the high water mark for a TinCap starter this year. Nobody else has gone 7 innings in 1 ball game, and when you go 7 innings as a starter, that also helps the bullpen out, because the bullpen has fewer outs they have to get.
Yeah.
So, but Gabe he's really pitching with a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah, and due to his excellence on the mound as of late. Gabe is our special guest in TinChattin this week, and I started our conversation by asking him just what's been working for him on the bump over his last couple starts.
I've been feeling pretty good. I've been able to get in some rhythms out there, and I found myself struggling early in the season with getting into a rhythm. But I found my rhythm. When batters are calling time, that's when I know I'm in a pretty good rhythm. And I've been able to locate my fastball down in the zone, get ground balls, just execute pitches when I have to. So
going back to the performance against South Bend, obviously 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs. That performance, would you say that's the best maybe you felt on the mound in a game, or your best performance in a game as a pro? And I guess how much confidence does a performance like that give you at this stage of your career?
Yeah, I mean that's the outing we're always looking for. Getting your guys to 7th inning with no runs. Keeping the team in the ball game and helping the bullpen a little bit. So I mean, yeah, I felt really good that day. I was able to locate fastball, which was amazing. Which got a couple quick innings because they're a pretty aggressive team. So quick outs. Keep the pitch count down, stay in the game a little longer. So yeah, I mean, it's what we look for when we go out there and start. So
you're a guy who obviously you've played parts of 3 seasons here in Fort Wayne. We've seen you start. We've seen you come out of the bullpen this year. You've done a little bit of both. I guess talk to me about kind of which do you prefer, or do you have a preference one way or the other?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I prefer one, but I mean, I like starting. But I mean, whatever the team needs me really. So, I'll come out of the pen, throw as many innings as I need. I'm not a guy really that's gonna complain about coming out of the pen or starting or anything. I'm just happy for the opportunity to be here and play baseball, live in the dream.
Talk to me about kind of your upbringing in baseball from Allentown, Pennsylvania, correct? When did you start playing the game? And when did you really start to fall in love with baseball and think, it was a possibility that you could be playing at this level?
Yeah, I started when I was probably like 3 or 4. I was in the backyard. There's pictures of me even in the backyard with my mom. My mom's throwing me BP and I'm hitting out there, but obviously I'm not a hitter. So, but yeah, I mean, me and my dad always we built a mound in our backyard when I was in middle school, and I fell in love with the game pretty fast. But in high school, I started to, mature a little bit, grow a little bit more, especially senior year. I started, velo was starting to go up a little bit. I was mid 80s, high 80s, touched a 90 here and there. But, college helped me get to this spot. I dedicated myself to the weight room a lot more than I did back in the day. So, yeah, I memean, it's a fun journey. Let's just say that. Any
other sports that piqued your interest growing up in Allentown, or was it just baseball that you like to watch and play?
I enjoyed playing hockey and football. I played a lot of that growing up. I was a kid that played almost like I tried every sport to see which one I really liked. I played lacrosse, hockey, basketball, baseball, football, anything you could think of, I tried. So, but yeah.
So you said football. I'm guessing you were a quarterback. No, I mean most pitchers were.
Yeah, I was quarterback. Yep.
What was your quarterback game like? Were you a dual threat, or were you a pocket passer?
I was a dual threat, but I didn't like to run much because I didn't like getting hit. So I kind of, we ran the read option, but it was more of a pocket passing.
So being from Pennsylvania, do you follow and root for the Pittsburgh teams or for the Philadelphia teams?
If I had to pick between the two, it'd be the Philly teams.
Yeah. Okay. So Sixers, Eagles, Philly. Well, obviously you can't root for the Phillies because you're with the Padres now. But Eagles and Sixers, are those your teams?
No, actually not. I don't really like Eagles fans. They're a little obnoxious. And my fiance's an Eagles fan, which, we argue about a little bit. So, but I'm a Colts fan actually, which is kind of cool being here. Seeing all the Colts stuff, it's pretty cool. And I do like the Sixers and the Flyers. So
you grew up in Allentown. How did you become a Colts fan?
My dad liked them when they were in Baltimore.
Okay.
And then he followed them to Indianapolis, and then I just like, I don't know, I liked him because he was watching them and I watched them. So.
Well, you must feel at home in Indiana then, surrounded by all these Colts fans in Fort Worth.
Absolutely. I love the blue. I love seeing the blue.
Our thanks to Gabe for joining us in TinChattin this week. And Mike, fans who haven't had an opportunity to see Gabe pitch in person yet, chance to do so on Sunday. He'll be on the mound for what is always a special day here at the ballpark, July 4th. You said, I believe last week, 7 of the largest crowds in Parkview Field history have been on July 4th, and hopefully we'll see another one this week. And obviously we'll get to see Mosser take the bump for that this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be the final game of the series against Great Lakes. And I can tell you, we have talked with players, coaches, managers for years and years. When you can get a crowd, and what we hope will be a crowd in excess of 9,000 fans, the adrenaline gets moving. And when you get to play in front of that many people, you get pumped up. And it may be a case where Gabe has to try to cool the Jets down, so to speak, and don't overpitch and don't overthrow. But it ought to be a fun night Sunday to wrap up this series. And again, the 4th of July, we say happy birthday, America. And so long for now to Great Lakes. And thanks to the fans for sticking with the team through thick and thin over the last year and a half. And I think Gabe will be up for the challenge come Sunday night.
All right, Mike, they're blasting the music over the PA now, so I think that's their cue. That's our cue to get out of here. I'm not sure who's singing on the loudspeaker right now, but that's Mike Maahs. My name is Peter Hood. As always, appreciate you taking time out of your Friday to join us in TinChattin. We'll see you right back here next week, same time, same place, in the locker room.